Welcome to the 2022 Scheduling EITC Appointments Online for making a tax appointment with the Omaha Earned Income Tax Credit Coalition. We are a proud community partner of United Way of the Midlands, and 211 operators will be assisting once again our customers in making appointments at our tax sites. The first thing you'll notice is to make any appointment with us, you need to go to our website, omahaeitc.org. On that site, after January 5th, 2022, you will see opportunity to make your appointment either in person or scheduling and arranging to file remotely with us through our Tax 360 Secure Drop option. If you do want an in-person appointment, you want to click the in-person button, and then that will open up for you another screen that tells you a few reminders and preparation to make your appointment. I'll blow this up so we can see that better in this shot here. Again, to file your appointment with us, it is only to file tax years 2018, 19, 20, and 21. Scheduling an appointment for any other service may result in you not being assisted or being able to make your appointment. We are not able to assist non-residents filing a non-resident return or to create a new or renew an individual taxpayer identification number, or ITIN. If you need to file a return for an earlier year or for any other service, you will need to call and leave a detailed message at our office at 402-934-6750. Just like in previous years, you will be required to participate in a simple health screening at the door prior to entry and wear a mask covering your nose and mouth during the entire appointment. The taxpayer and spouse, if you are filing jointly together, must attend the appointment. We ask that you don't bring your children if possible, or other relatives or friends with you to the appointment, since we are trying to maintain a physical distance and limit the number of people in a site at any particular moment. You will need to provide a photo ID for both the taxpayer and spouse, and Social Security cards or ITIN letters for everybody listed on your return. Please be sure that you have all your needed documents for all the years you are filing, including your W-2s, retirement distributions, unemployment, gambling winnings, and any forms 1095-A if you had marketplace health insurance. Later in the presentation, you'll see a more detailed list of documents that you may need to bring. For 2021, you will need to know how much stimulus payments you received during the year and any advanced child tax credit that you received during 2021. While these are not counted as income, the amounts are needed to determine that you received the correct amount. You will then participate in an interview and review of your tax forms, the typing of your return, and the review of the completed return before you sign and receive your copy, all in the same appointment. You have the option to complete the intake sheet prior to the appointment, as well as any Schedule C readiness form if you are self-employed or have contract work, and the Schedule E readiness form if you are a rental property owner. It's helpful to have those ready ahead of time, and the links will be emailed to you for those documents with your appointment confirmation. Please print the completed forms and bring them to your appointment. If you can't print the forms, you will be able to complete them during your appointment at the site. Providing a cell phone number and a valid email address will ensure that you receive appointment reminders and you can adjust any date or time as situations arise. When you're ready, just click that appointment button to open up and begin the scheduling process. We will be listing a more complete list of all of our locations and times so that you might anticipate what site might be closer to you or more convenient to you based on a day of the week, etc. Once in the appointment calendar, there are 4 screens that you'll have to go through. Again, all of those reminders are listed on the right side as you are going through making your appointment. Or if you are assisting another in making an appointment, please be sure to read and share that same information with them. The first part is to choose that you're making a tax prep appointment, and you have the option by choosing any location, and then a calendar will open up with the next available appointment, or you could use the drop-down feature to select a particular location. Once again, you can only schedule those appointments online to file original returns for tax years 2018 through 21. Scheduling an appointment for any other service may require you to call and leave a detailed message that may take a day or 2 for us to return the call due to a high volume. You are required to participate in a health screening and to wear a mask during your entire appointment, covering your nose and mouth for the well-being of staff, volunteers, and customers. The taxpayer and spouse, if filing together, must attend the appointment, and you will need to provide photo identifications and Social Security cards or ITIN letters for everybody listed on your return. Again, you have the opportunity to prepare the return, participate in the interview and review of your tax forms, and review your completed return before signing, all during your appointment. An email confirmation will be sent with a link to customer documents that you will be able to see everything you should bring and fill in your intake form or those other Schedule C or E readiness forms ahead of time to save you a little bit of time during your appointment. You also will be able to cancel or reschedule your appointment through any text or email that is sent to you. So again, have your email and cell phone number handy when making your appointment. Again, choosing any location shows you all of the available hours or a particular site that you wanted to go to. You can use the drop-down box to select that location. Once in a location, you will see the available appointment slots will be illuminated, and you'll have the opportunity to choose on the day of the week that you would like to schedule your appointment. There is a button on the far right of your screen that would allow you to skip to the next available appointment date. When going through and selecting your appointment, if you choose a particular location, again, only the hours at that location will appear as you confirm your appointment. So if you would like to choose an appointment at a particular time at a particular site, simply click on the time that fits your schedule, and then you'll be invited to input your information. You will need to enter your name, first and last name, a mobile phone number, and if you don't have a mobile phone number, enter your telephone number, an email. If you don't have an email, just simply type none in that field, N-O-N-E. And then we'd like to know what year or years you need to file. That will help the site to prepare that your appointment may take a little longer than the average appointment. We do ask that you choose your preferred language, but it's not guaranteed to be available by a direct speaker. But we do have a language assistance line that is available if you do not speak English well, where we can speak with a translator during your appointment. You will have to, for cybersecurity and to protect your information, confirm that you are not a robot and answer one of those security grids, choosing mountains or hills or school buses or stop signs, etc. Yes, we hate them too, but it is a way to protect your information through this process. Then you will get a confirmation that your booking is complete and the location and time that you have selected will be sent to you in an email or text or both, depending on what information you had listed in your info section. When that email or text comes, you have the opportunity to download it to your personal calendar if you so choose, but you want to save that email or text in case you need to change your appointment, and you can click that secure link to re-engage with our calendar and choose a new date or time, or to cancel your appointment. If you do make an appointment at a different location, please cancel your appointment, since that will free up that slot for another customer to perhaps select that hour. The email that comes reminds you again of everything you need to bring with you, and a phone number if you need to leave a detailed message about some situation. It reminds you that you will need a mask and participate in that service. And then you will have the link to pre-fill in your intake form or the Schedule C or E readiness form. If you were to click that link to customer documents, what you would see is the intake form in either English or Spanish, and this is not a complete screenshot as we are still preparing for the coming season. You have the Schedule C readiness form in English or Spanish that you can fill in and print off. The Schedule E readiness form is bilingual and fillables for you to print off. And again, any of those forms would require you to print them. There is no way to save and send us your completed forms ahead of time. There is a rather complete tax document checklist that you may want to look at to make sure that you have gathered all of the information you need to file your tax return. In the next several slides, we'll be looking at each of these documents. The first is our intake and interview form. It's only a page and a half, and this year you would have the opportunity to fill that in, listing your name, date of birth, your social security number, your job title, your address, and your best phone number to reach you at, and your email address, to answer a few other questions relating to, do you have an ID protection PIN that you should bring with you? Had you received a letter from the IRS or the state that you would bring? What your civil status is, and then any dependents that you intend to claim on your tax return. The Schedule C readiness form is for those who are self-employed or who have done contract work or have cash income to report from work during the tax year. You can simply fill in this form, identify the type of income that you have, and the various expenses that you have. We only need to see your totals in terms of expenses, but you would have to maintain copies of all the receipts that you will be claiming on your tax return. The Schedule E readiness form is for those who have a rental property that they derive income from, where they can list the address of that rental property, its type, the kind of income that they had received, and the various expenses that they may have. If either the C or E do not apply to you, you do not need to fill them out or print them off. If you do not have a printer, then you can fill these forms in during your appointment when you arrive at the site. So again, there is no way to send us your information ahead of time, but you should print it off and have it ready if you are, if those situations apply to you. Finally, in that same link, you'll have a more extensive list of the typical documents that most people have or need to file their tax return, including the form numbers of returns, whether they're W-2s or 1099s. It's helpful to bring a copy of your previous year's return, especially if you are an Iowa resident. Those photo identifications, any listing of tax, cash income, and your expenses if you are self-employed, child care information and the amounts you paid, the amount of child tax credit you received in advance since July 2021 through December 2021, any stimulus payment you received in 2021, and that was generally that $1,400 amount per person listed on your return. Again, those issues are used only to confirm that you received the proper amount. If you are intending to have your refund direct deposited, please bring your bank routing number and account number for any and all accounts that you would like to have a deposit into. If you have a health savings account, bring a detailed list of your contributions and your distributions from that account during the year. Again, if anyone is taking college classes, post-secondary, you would need the Form 1098-T, even if that is for a dependent that you are claiming. So be sure to ask your son or daughter, your spouse, for their 1098-T form. If you won any money at a casino or a keno parlor, through horse racing or the lottery, you'll need your Form W-2G. If you added energy efficient items to the home you own, you'll need the certificate of authenticity for the products you installed and the receipt of how much those products cost. If you bought your health insurance through the federal marketplace, i.e. Obamacare, then you'll need your Form 1095-A detailing how much advance premium support you had received. Both spouses must be present to sign the return and be at the same appointment, or in the case of divorce or separation, you may need your spouse's name and social security number to properly file if you intend to file married separate. For unique situations that may apply to you, you may want to visit irs.gov to learn more or print off the various forms you may need. Your identity protection PIN number if you have been a victim of tax-related identity theft. The Form 8332 if you are claiming a child due to divorce or separation who does not live with you. The death certificate, if you have a decedent in your family and are claiming them on your tax return because they passed in 2022 or 2021, and any power of attorney form, the form 2848, for someone who is not able to be present at the time of your appointment. If you run into difficulties in making your appointment, these are the most common troubleshooting uh, uh, pointers that we can provide. So be sure that you have allowed pop-ups on your phone or your computer, because various windows will open during the scheduling process. If it's still not working, you may want to try a different internet browser, such as Chrome or Edge or Firefox. The system works best on a personal computer, a Microsoft computer, or an Android telephone. iPhones or Mac computers can be a little bit more difficult with the system. You may need to use a public library to access the calendar or make your appointment using their computers if you do not have a computer or internet access at home. If it is not working with the system, it may be just overwhelmed at the moment because several people may be attempting to make their appointments at the same time. So just try all windows and try again, or close all windows and try again. You do want to, in general, have your security settings set to medium. The higher you go, the more difficulties you may have in setting your appointment. If you cannot make an appointment on your own, you may call 211, which is United Way's first call for help, in order to have an operator assist you in making an appointment at any of our locations. Many times people have frequent questions when they're looking at situations and unsure if it applies to you. If that is the case, you want to consult this screen to understand those questions and perhaps make a phone call before setting your appointment. One question is, do I need to bring X, this document, this person, to the appointment? Our general answer is it's best to bring any document you consider important and to ask your tax preparer during your appointment. So in other words, bring everything, but not necessarily everyone. Do I have a really unique or special circumstance? What should you do? Well, maybe you don't want to make your appointment. Rather, it may be better to call us and leave a detailed message. It might take us a day or two to get back to you due to high call volume, but we will endeavor to answer your appointment and answer your questions, and if need be, set your appointment at that time. Can you file for a deceased family member? Yes, it is possible, and we advise you to please bring a copy, need not be an official copy, of the death certificate for that person to your appointment. Can I file for someone who can't be there for one reason or another? My mother who's in a nursing home, my son who is in jail, or some other situation. In general, you should go to irs.gov and fill out and print and get that person to sign a power of attorney form, which would allow you to file for them or to bring that form in their absence so that they may be included on your tax return. Then make your appointment. Can I file an amended return or file for an ITIN renewal or a non-resident tax return? The locations that we have are not equipped for those situations. When in doubt, again, you can call us at 250-9781 to leave a detailed message, but again, it may take a few days to return that call based on our call volume. In general, we do not respond to messages that say, I need to make an appointment. If you simply need to make an appointment, please call 211. I got a letter from the IRS or the state. What should I do? Please call us and leave that detailed message, and we'll be able to assist you with that letter once we understand the nature of the letter and what is involved with the letter. For those questions, feel free to contact us by email is best. However, if you must call, please do call any of the phone numbers listed there and understand that it may take us a few days to get back to you. Our website has helpful information on it at omahaeitc.org, or please like and follow our page at Facebook/OmahaEITC, or our YouTube channel that has instructional videos on it for both secure drop and making the appointment at youtube.com/OmahaEITC. Thank you very much.